Today we'll tour this abandoned building, St. Albans Sanatorium. Originally a Lutheran Boys School, it opened in 1892.
Hey Trippers, this is Trippin Traci. Today's trip brings us to St. Albans Sanatorium. Trip with me.
The drive through the rolling hills of Virginia to St. Albans Sanatorium was truly spectacular. St. Albans has a rich history, and you guessed it, it does have a few ghost stories. As I mentioned previously, the building was constructed in 1892 for a Lutheran Boys School. The colonial-style building was built to accommodate 50 boys. It had a very competitive environment that encouraged bullying. The school quickly gained a reputation for being over-demanding on its students. One boy named Jacob was murdered at the school. A volunteer named Donald was rumored to have committed the murder. Sadly, it was determined the cause of death was a violent sexual assault. It was also rumored that several students committed suicide due to bullying and the high competitive pressure. The school closed its operations in 1911, and the establishment was abandoned for several years. Dr. J.C. King purchased the building in 1915. Amenities such as a rooftop garden, a small farm, and even a bowling alley were installed to make it more comfortable for patients. However, the lives of patients inside the sanatorium were far from comfortable. Patients were experimented on by doctors. The tour guide pointed out that Dr. King's intentions were good, but that shouldn't overshadow the pain and suffering that patients experience during experiments like shock therapy and hydrotherapy.
Electroshock took place in this little room right here. You were not fed breakfast prior to your electroshock treatment, which makes perfect sense because that would get messy really quick. You would come in here and you would wait your turn, which just blows my mind because the nurses that I have spoken to either don't remember anything or they said all you could hear is screaming. So imagine sitting here knowing that you're getting ready to go in here and all you're hearing coming out of this room is a bunch of screaming.
Where there is such extreme pain and torment, ghosts are sure to dwell. St. Albans Sanatorium has become known as the most active location on the East Coast. The sanatorium didn't expect a massive influx of patients. By 1945, the hospital was overcrowded with patients, and the poor staff-to-patient ratio led to inhumane living conditions. St. Albans officially shut down in the late 1900s. In 2001, the hospital donated the St. Albans infrastructure to Radford University, which planned to put in a campus in its location. However, in 2008, Radford University sold most of the property at an auction. Tim Gregory, a former patient, now owns the property. He has plans to renovate the building into a research and enlightenment center. However, to fund the project, he has turned most of the building into a paranormal tourism center where people can take tours. They also have haunted houses here on occasion. In my opinion, defacing the original walls for the purpose of haunted houses detracts from the historic feeling and stories. They should remove haunted house props and decor prior to tours like this. Did you see the orbs? I am neither a believer nor a non-believer. I remain open-minded when it comes to the paranormal. However, these orbs did give me pause. There was nothing in the room that I disturbed to cause dust, and I was the only person in the room, and I have not altered this video in any way.
Suicides that has taken place in that area, including a lady known as Rebecca.
Rebecca, pregnant at the time she was committed, secretly had a miscarriage and kept her baby in a jar hidden in the closet. She would occasionally take her baby out of the jar and rock it in the rocking chair. When the staff discovered Rebecca's secret, they took her baby away. Soon after, she committed suicide.
When you go up the steps, there's a room directly to your right. A lady hung herself out that window. Rebecca slit her wrist right outside her door. And there was 3 suicides in the very back bathroom. Like when you walk straight back, there's a bathroom back there. And most of them were by hanging, but I think another lady slit her wrist in the bathtub as well.
Did I scare you?
Oh, man.
Sorry.
This patio is called the bird cage. This is where patients could safely get some fresh air.
So this is the original autoclave to the hospital. If anyone doesn't know what that is, it is a high heat sanitation system. This was used way before all the pre-packaging, pre-sterilized items that you pay $50 a packet for in the hospitals nowadays. Syringes, scalpels, anything metal. So this area was used for a lot of transients. So you had people that was homeless, and before they would even go to that area, they would actually bring them in here, hose them down in this hallway, and delouse them before they even took them into the main building.
Huh?
Going to the isolation units. Overall, I really enjoyed this tour, but I should mention that it seemed a bit unprofessional, as the tour guide had to read from her notes in many of the rooms and seemed unfamiliar with some of the details. The bowling alley was used to reward the patients of St. Albans. Paranormal investigators believe the bowling alley is haunted by 2 female spirits, Allie and Gina Renee Hall. Allie is rumored to be the young daughter of one of the hospital's patients, and Gina was a woman who was murdered on June 28, 1980, somewhere close to the St. Albans Sanatorium. In the basement, the bowling alley and the boiler room are regarded as a few of the darker spots on the property and most active spots on the property.
My battery's running low, so I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out on YouTube. And don't forget, subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, I will bid you adieu and to stay trippy.